The Dirt Series, the Lucas Oil MLRA late models, ready to put on a show here tonight for the CMH Diamond Nationals. Everybody on your feet. Clay Daly, Jimmy Owens, California, Tennessee. California dreaming out of turn 4. Can he get it down here tonight at Lucas Oil Speedway? Here we go. And Jimmy, Clay slides up the track trying to block out. It's a Bloomquist on the bottom, down the back straightaway. And he'll slip back to 4th as Jimmy Owens takes the lead, Shane.
Clay Daly just a little too anxious, got into 1 and 2 a little hot, had to slide up, and Bloomquist and Owens just take advantage of it.
Well, the two East Tennessee veterans right there. Jimmy Owens and Scott Bloomquist. How about Zeigler on the bottom? Clay Daly 4th, and Will Vaught back into the 5th spot. Pearson 6th, Logan Martin, Herb, Simpson, and Darron O'Neal run the top 10, lap number 2. Jimmy Owens out in front of Lucas Oil Speedway.
Go figure.
Color me shocked. Are you kidding me? Out of turn number 2 down the back straightaway. Bloomquist in 2nd. 3rd is Zeigler. Again, Bloomquist had the fuel pickup problems last night. 18th place last night, a lap down. He was in the pit area for a lap that was scored, so not a good finish last night, but trying to make up for tonight. Zeigler running well in 3rd. How about Will Vaught? Will Vaught running well in 4th, Daly in 5th.
Yeah, Vaught started 6th. He's moved up a couple positions, and Clay Daly just continues to throw the anchor out the back window.
Out at turn 4, Jimmy Owens, the Ramirez Motorsports rocket down the main straightaway, back underway. Ziggy on the outside, and Zeigler will take the 2nd spot with the 0 now. Bloomquist gets quite a run out of turn number 2 down the back straightaway, but Zeigler has the spot. Clay Daly back on the outside of Will Vaught. Good restart, Shane, for Mason Zeigler.
Great restart to be able to stay beside Bloomquist and then be able to pull out in front. He was up on that high side, but then immediately cuts down and finds plenty of cushion. Now a challenge for the lead.
Well, this track in great shape tonight from top to bottom. Great job, Dan Robinson, Gary Hubert, everybody here. This track is perfect. It is smooth. It is fast. It is wide open. It is Jimmy Owens out in front. Zeigler runs in 2nd. 0.168 seconds behind now down the back straightaway. 0 gets a run. Here comes the 0. Into turn 3. We've got working on lap number 7 right now. Will Vaught running in 4th. Logan Martin a good run in 5th for the West Plains, Missouri driver down the main straightaway. Remains Owens, Zeigler, Bloomquist, Vaught, Martin, Clay Daly 6th, Pearson 7th. Now Pearson over to 6th spot over Daly. Bobby Pierce up to 8th. Pierce from 14th to 8th early on in the 32 car. We know what he can do here at Lucas Oil Speedway. He's won the Show Me 100 here from the back. There he works the outside. Here comes the smooth operator. On the outside of Chad Simpson into turn number 1. Daly, they try to go 3 wide into 1. Pierce on the outside. And down the back straightaway, and Bobby Pierce is going to take the spot. Clay Daly in front of Chad Simpson. I tell you, Bobby Pierce runs well here at Lucas Oil Speedway, Shane.
He's able to pick his way through traffic, started deep in the field, and this one all the way back at 14th, and he has worked his way up half those positions, already up to 7th.
He'll pressure Earl Pearson Jr., last night's winner. Meanwhile, Jimmy Owens. Now here comes Bloomquist on the bottom, and the 0 will move to 2nd. 10 in the books here tonight. Bloomquist back into 2nd and the 0 now. But Jimmy Owens is pulling away into turn 3. Bloomquist 2nd, Zeigler 3rd. Now Will Vaught solid in 4th. Vaught will hawk the 25 of Zeigler out of turn 4. Here comes Will the Thrill Vaught. Logan Martin a good run in the 36 car. Then it's Pearson, Pierce, Chad Simpson, and then Peyton Looney up to 9th. So Missouri running very well here tonight. Shane, they are 4th, 5th, and 9th right now.
Not too bad to have all 3 of those cars up in the top 10, and they are working their way towards the front, looking for even more.
No doubt about it. Right now, 1 caution has only been held. That was for the flat for Lanigan. Meanwhile, our points leader, we'll keep an eye on him. Davenport is up to 14th right now in the running order. But right now, Jimmy Owens, who's 9th in the points, out in front now. For the first time in this race, he'll approach traffic. Jeff Roth, the final car on the lead lap. There's a good battle there. Clay Daly, Tony Jackson Jr., Jonathan Davenport, all behind Darron O'Neal. 3 wide out of 2. Davenport making up some time now in the 49 car. Look at Clay Daly. Clay Daly right now outside the top 10, back in 12th. O'Neal is 11th. Dennis Herb Jr. is up to 10th. Peyton Looney still 9th. Chad Simpson is 8th. Right now, Jimmy Owens still right now. Greg Satterley almost lost it at turn 2. Here comes Bloomquist and Zeigler. Good battle for 2nd out of 2. 15 in the books tonight. It's still Owens, Bloomquist, Zeigler, Vaught, and Logan Martin in the 5th spot. There's the battle right there. That is for second. The 0 of Scott Bloomquist, the Hall of Famer. Mason Zeigler trying to make it tough on him out at turn number 2 down the back straightaway. Will Vaught trying to stay close there. In 4th. Martin 5th. 6th is Pearson. 7th is Bobby Pierce. As Shane mentioned, has cut his starting spot in half. 14th to 7 for Pierce with just 1 caution. Meanwhile, Bloomquist gets a little sideways out of 2. Now behind the 14 of Joe Roth. Meanwhile, Jimmy Owens now down the main straightaway. He's within 2 cars of lapping Josh Richards, who's second in the points. Wow. Down the back straightaway, Shane. Jimmy Owens now. Bloomquist trying to pick up the pace, though. There's still plenty of time. We're not even halfway yet.
And you saw Bloomquist staying high, and that's something about this track. There's plenty of cushion up there on that banking. You don't necessarily fall over the top. They have so much banking that you can run that high line, but now he's had to go inside to get through lap traffic, running that low line.
There's Chad Simpson. He's in 8th. Peyton Looney in 9th. Dennis Erb Jr. 10th. Don O'Neal 11th. Jonathan Davenport is 12th. In the running order. Right now, Jimmy Owens in heavy traffic down the back straightaway behind Lanigan, Richards. As they come out at turn 4, there's the battle there. JD on the outside. Dennis Erb Jr. Great battle on the track right there. That is for 10th, 11th, and 12th here tonight at Lucas Oil Speedway. 21 laps scored, 4 shy of the halfway mark. And now Bloomquist is starting to close the gap on your leader in heavy traffic. As we watch the battle again back here. Peyton Looney in 15, Dennis Erb Jr. in 28, Don O'Neal in the 5, JD in the 49. That is for 9th, 10th, 11th, and 12th. Owens still leads Bloomquist, Zeigler, Vaught, and Martin, your top 5. Meanwhile, the 0 now is going to the top shelf. And Bloomquist trying to track down your leader down the main straightaway. It's still Jimmy Owens out in front as a torrid battle inside the top 10 right there. And just outside the top 10, there's Owens around Krigler. Oh, he's going to get squeezed out. Jimmy Owens squeezed out by Krigler. Here comes the 0. Out at turn 4 and lap 24. The 2 veteran drivers combined for 6 Lucas Oil Championships, 3 for each. Out at turn number 2, 0 is there. As they go into turn number 3, lost some ground that time, Shane. And Mason Zeigler still in under the 25Z, Shane, at the halfway mark.
Bloomquist had done a great job working his way through traffic, but that one turn, he had to go low at the last instance to get around the car, and then it carried him high and lost a lot of ground.
By the way, Earl Pearson Jr. is up to 5th. Bobby Pierce up to 6th from 14th. Then it's Logan Martin, Chad Simpson, Peyton Looney, Dennis Erb, Jonathan Davenport 11th. Don O'Neal runs in 12th. As you see the battle for the lead here at Lucas Oil Speedway. 26 in the books tonight, 24 to go. 0 now back on the bottom. He'll set his sights on the 20. How many times have we seen this over the years in the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series? 0 to the outside now. Out at turn 4. 0 is gaining on your leader now as Owens is trapped behind the 94 of Reddick. Austin will slide up the track. Owens has an avenue on the bottom. He'll turn the wheel down the back straightaway. In at turn number 3, 22 laps to go. But Jimmy Owens has led the first 27 laps, 23 to go in the CMH Diamond Nationals. Here they come. Zeigler on the bottom of the 0 now in turn number 1. Bloomquist drifts way up high. Zeigler. Here comes down the back straightaway. Will Vaught down the back straightaway. And Pearson as well, and Bobby Pierce. And Logan Martin and Chad Simpson out of turn 4. Jimmy Owens still leads at Lucas Oil Speedway. He and Mason Zeigler, they've been parking together the last several races on the Lucas Oil Series. James Buckley, the crew chief on Ziggy's car. Jeff Strope, a.k.a. Mullet, crew chief on the 20 car. Coming up on 21 to go, Shane.
Well, what a great job by Zeigler to work his way past Bloomquist. And now he's got his eyes set on Owens, and Owens sees that. He went down and cut off that low line just to break that momentum and make him lift.
How about Will Vaught? Will Vaught running solid here tonight, representing the Lucas Oil MLRA Series, trying to bring one home for the home state drivers. He's in 4th. Pearson is 5th. Pierce is 6th. How about Davenport up this back underway? This time Bloomquist gets the jump on Zeigler into 1. Out at 2 now, Bloomquist for the lead now. Out at turn number 2 down the back straightaway. And they're going to go side by side, the 2 veteran drivers there. Bobby Pierce, meanwhile, bidding for the top 5. They're 2 and 3 wide behind your leaders. Jimmy Owens and Scott Bloomquist, Shane.
Right now, the guy I'm watching is Davenport as he's worked his way up. He was actually fighting for 5th and got caught in traffic.
Well, Bobby Pierce is going to go to 5th. Logan Martin 6th, and then JD back there. He lost a couple. Well, he didn't lose maybe one spot. Meanwhile, Bloomquist on the outside for the lead down the back straight. He takes the lead in the front stretch, rather. Bloomquist takes the lead at lap 32 down the back straightaway. Up against the wall, Owens battles back on the inside. They're side by side. All the two veterans going at it. Owens back for the lead out of turn 4, down the main straightaway. And Bloomquist leads. Great 3-car battle for the lead, Shane.
Tell you, Jimmy Owens is not going to give that position up easy. He's going to stay all over Bloomquist, but I'm still watching Mason Zeigler back there. He has stayed right with these guys, and he's going to be contending for that win by the time this is all said.
Oh, no doubt about it. His best run here at Lucas Oil Speedway. And right now, Ziggy goes to 2nd. Pearson 4th, Vaught is 5th. Bloomquist out in front. That's where he finished here in the Show Me 100. Number 600. Could it be? And we've got a car off the pace. Tony Jackson Jr. heads to the pit area. Meanwhile, down the main straightaway. 34, 15 to go for your leader. Out at turn number 2 as he pulls away. There's the battle for 2nd. Zeigler and Owens. Pearson is 4th now. Pearson trying to make it a 3-way tango for 2nd spot. Will Vaught still runs in the 4th. Or 5th spot. Bobby Pierce, JD back here for position, and JD moves up a spot. Davenport up to 6th right now from 22nd. They're 3 wide at turn 2. Meanwhile, Pearson on the bottom of Owens. Looks like a replay of last night at Tri-City. That was for the lead, though. This is for 3rd, and they battle back side by side down the main straightaway, Shane.
Earl Pearson trying to get to that inside of Owens. Owens has lost a lot of ground now, not just position-wise, but track position-wise.
Well, out of turn number 4, the 54-year-old Hall of Famer, now Scott Bloomquist out in front. So hard to catch, so even harder to pass. Pearson is 3rd, Owens is 4th, Vaught remains in 5th, Davenport 6th, Pearson 7th, Logan Martin is 8th, Don O'Neal 9th, McCready is 10th. And the 0 right now coming down the main straightaway, 11 to go, Shane, for number 600.
Trying to make this look easy here, but he's going to get in lap traffic too, and we saw it earlier in the race. You get in lap traffic, you never know what can happen.
Mason Zeigler's taking over that Rookie of the Year chase right now. He is pedaling hard. Can he catch the 0? Hungry for a win. Mason Zeigler down the main straightaway. There's the battle back here. That is Logan Martin, Don O'Neal, Chad Simpson. That is 8th, 9th, and 10th here tonight at Lucas Oil Speedway. Tim McCready is up to 11th, by the way. Hudson O'Neal is 12th from Provisional Land. And right now the 0 into turn number 1. He's got a good lead right now. Several car lengths over Mason Zeigler. 9 to go. Down the back straightaway, Austin Reddick. Last car on the lead lap there around the 12 is Scott Quigler. Earl Pearson Jr. now having a good points weekend so far. Winning last night. He runs 3rd here tonight. He's 4th in the points. Heading in tonight. 8 to go, Shane, for the 0.
The way it looks tonight, eyeballing 600. It's just a handful of laps away. Great milestone if he can be able to hang on to this lead through lap traffic.
It'll be his 92nd career win in the Lucas Oil Series. That's the all-time leader. Meanwhile, Pearson trying to track down Zeigler. There you see Chad Simpson, the Lucas Oil MLRA points leader, in 9th. Don O'Neal 10th, McCready 11th. We mentioned that. Good battle back here to get a top 10 here tonight. There's Hudson O'Neal behind his father, Don. Hudson O'Neal. He started back in Provisional Land here tonight. He started back alongside Greg Satterley back in 23rd. So Hudson O'Neal up to 11th right now as we've got coming up on 5 to go. And right now the 0 on cruise control down the main straightaway. Andy Durham power plant into the sweet Bloomquist into 1. Well, he had some fuel pickup issues last night. Finished 18th. Right now, out in front here tonight as we come up on 5 to go. Down the main straightaway. Make it 4 to go for your leader into turn number 1, Shane.
Tough time for Zeigler to get through traffic. 3 cars up in front of him, and he's trying to knife his way through. A little bit of contact slowed him down, and he has really lost a lot of ground now, almost 3 seconds behind Bloomquist.
Right now, Earl Pearson Jr. now, he'll have a clear track in front of him around Austin Reddick. There you see the battle there. That is for 2nd. Around the 14 of Jeff Roth. Mason Zeigler. Now here comes Pearson on the bottom. Earl up, will slide to the top shelf, down the back straightaway. Boy, Mason Zeigler's done a great job against A great top 10 in that Lucas Oil Series. He's battled them tooth and nail here in the last few months and really put on some good shows. Right now, that is the battle for second as Bloomquist heads to the white flag, folks. 1 lap away from number 600 for the 54-year-old veteran. Born in Fort Dodge, Iowa, moved to California. His father was an airline pilot. He took to asphalt racing in 1980. Moved to East Tennessee, hit the dirt tracks all over the country. As he comes out of turn number 4, down the main straightaway, and Scott Bloomquist wins the 600th of his career. Here tonight at Lucas Oil Speedway, Mason Zeigler will be second. Earl Pearson Jr. third. Will Vaught fourth. Jimmy Owens fifth. All about, ladies and gentlemen, for the Dirt Tracks Dominator, Scott Bloomquist, career win 600 here tonight. Dave, down to you, sir.
Well, I'll tell you, it's a milestone moment, no doubt about it, something we're all going to remember for a long time. Scott, this is about more than a race win, more than one night. This is a career accomplishment, 600 wins as a driver. Give us some idea of your thoughts and what this means to you right now.
Well, you know, when we hit 500, you know, you sit there and you wonder if you got enough time left in your career. And you know, we've had some good years, that's all. And, you know, just like you saw how good this car worked, and you know, our engine, Danny Durham does a great engine, you know, sweet Bloomquist race cars, they're spot on, you know. I mean, we just, you know, we had to work a little bit for it. Jimmy was pretty good, and, you know, I mean, we raced pretty hard out there, you know. I mean, he wasn't going to give nothing, and, you know, we earned that one. It feels really good, you know. It's just, it takes everybody. It takes all our sponsors. You look at all these names on this car, and they mean so much to us. And, you know, whether you go through ups, downs, you go through a lot of things in a full career. You can look back on all of it. You learn from a lot of things. You think about the end. At the end seems like, you know, it's like surely not, you know, but, you know, we're surely closer to our winter years in life than we are our spring. So, you know, we know inevitably it's coming, but.
Sheets and Town. Fuqua right behind them with J.D. Kelly outside row 2. Off of turn 4. Push the go button. The green flag is in the air, and they will stay side by side on that front row all the way through turns 1 and 2. Plowing up dirt as they head out of 2 and down to the backstretch.
Down taking a quick command there. She's looking back once again. You got Fuqua run 3rd and Jones in the 4th spot. Kelly up to 5th.
Stuck up 3 and 4 wide on deeper in the field. Cutshaw was the middle of the sandwich as Town with a nose out in front of Sheets. He will clear him off of turn 2. Get a good 2-car length advantage for Lance Town out of Wellsville, Kansas. 5 top 5s. He's also had 3 other top 10s. Only his 4th year in racing, and he has a couple of feature wins. They both came last year in 2017. He continues to stretch that lead out. It's out to over half a second now as they exit turn 4. There's the principal, Jason Pursley in the 38C, trying to get inside Chase Domer. And look at that pack of cars as Kelly and Domer are side by side. They're over in turn 2.
Taking the 3 wide, looking on the top, Evan Hubert behind the wheel at number 9, the gold car, Lucas Oil car. As Hubert likes that top line, he always runs up there as there's a battle now up in the front now for second.
That is a battle for second, and Fuqua takes it away from Sheets, but Sheets not quite done yet. The crossover as he dives to the inside. Tries to clear him coming out of turn 4, but there's Lance Town right in front of him. Even though Sheets and Fuqua are going side by side, they are still gaining ground on Lance Town, who is your race leader. Fuqua clears Sheets. Now Sheets looks to clear Fuqua.
Gaining good ground. They're about maybe a car and a half separating first and second now, as Lance Town better hit his marks from here on.
And if you take Lance Town out of the picture in this race right here, it's exactly the way it was last time we were here with Sheets and Fuqua. They were battling side by side, taking positions away from each other on the closing laps, and now Lance Town has lost all of that lead. Sheets has caught up with him, and Sheets will pull alongside him, looking for the lead as they head into 1.
coming side by side. They're at the wire. Sheets putting a good run on there as they battle it out for that lead spot. Side by side still. Nobody's given up yet. Sheets in command once again.
Sheets on that low side, finds a little bit of tack and is able to clear Lancetown. So it took a couple of laps for Sheets to finally clear him. Now that he does, we'll see if he's able to pull away, and indeed he does. Out to a good 3-car length advantage over Lancetown, but now Fuqua on the inside. Those are teammates. They park beside each other. They share information, and Lancetown has said, you know, we run practically the same setup. Fuqua's just got it figured out a little bit better. Right now, at this time, it's Lancetown that's got it figured out as he's able to stay in front of his teammate Darron Fuqua.
As that front three run around battle further back in the field, there's good battles going on as well. As Joe Duvall has found himself a run now with 91 as he's picked himself up into the top 5.
Good day moving wise for him as he was back in row 5. He started in 9th. And now Lancetown, again, a look at him. He is second right behind Jon Sheets. We have clicked away 10 laps, and there you see a spin. 20 to go. It's Jon Sheets still out in front, but he has had to earn it in this one. He's got Town and Fuqua behind him. They pick up speed again as they're in 1 and 2, as the teammates have their eyes set on Jon Sheets. Ask John, and it's tough to go back and look at last week for him whenever he lost that. I said, you know what, I'm going to give you a week. Now I'm going to ask you, tell me about those last few laps. And he said it still sickens him to think back at it. I had the lead, 1 lap left, and he said I just got a little too cautious. He started to play defensive instead of offensive. He said, I'm not going to let that happen again. If I'm ever out in front, I'm going to go after it. Those 2 cars back behind him, Lancetown and Fuqua, 2/100ths of a second separate the 2, and now Fuqua will move out in front. Your current point leader here at Lucas Oil Speedway, your current point leader in the USRA Modified point standings, has worked his way up to second.
Tell you what, we've got 18 laps to go here for this A feature, and Fuqua, he's about ready to hammer down and stay down with it. As Jon Sheets, look at that. Sheets has done pulled about 8 or 10 car lengths advantage. Chase Jones in that 3rd spot. Look who's in 4th now. Joe Duvall, 91. As Duvall's up there and he's ready to make his presence.
Well, the Duvall has worked his way through the field. He's still up in the top 5. Jones right in front of him for 4th. And then the 53R now finally working his way in. He's just had some tough luck. That is Ronnie Woods out of Mexico, Missouri. He's had some bad finishes, and he said, you know what, how often does a shock just come loose?
Exactly.
And that's what has happened to him all season long. And I said, hey, if it wasn't for bad luck, you wouldn't have any luck, but maybe you can make it good luck tonight. And midway through this race, he has worked his way up. Now he sits in that top 5 position as he rides that low line behind Jones and Duvall.
Well, Shane, you've been here long enough to know that if you get top 5 with the drivers we have here in A feature, you've made a good race for yourself. I mean, these guys are all very talented behind the wheel.
It absolutely is saying something if you can come away with a top 5 finish, as those guys are fighting for 3rd, 4th, and 5th. Jones to the inside of Duvall. Chase Jones out of El Dorado Springs, but then we go back up front as Sheets and Fuqua. And again, this is exactly what happened in the scenario back on July 5th. Jon Sheets was out in front, and Darron Fuqua as much said it, he thought Sheets had him covered. And he had 2 opportunities at the end, and Darron Fuqua was able to capitalize on a green-white start with 1 lap left, passed him over in turn 4. Now he rides the bumper and falls to the inside and will clear Sheets, but
will he? Yeah.
Sheets will go right back to the inside.
Back. You know, they ran 3 laps there just back to back to back, a half second separating the 2, and it looks like they're going to stay that way for the next 10 or 11.
Well, don't go away from your TV set or online, because this is going to be fun to watch.
It's going to be a
last
lap race. Yeah, it's going to be a last lap race, I think, and you'll see some slicing and dicing big time. Right now, Fuqua is your leader. For how long?
Well, with 10 laps left, can he hang on to it? You fall back a little further back. Now we're looking at 4th and 5th.
Yeah, look at Cutshaw on a move. Cutshaw's getting up there. He's trying to get in the game again.
Last lap for him, the fastest lap out of the entire field for Jeff Cutshaw, 18.6 seconds. And just whenever Fuqua thought he had some breathing room, Jon Sheets knocking on the door again.
You know, it has to be fun dicing out there like there are those guys. I mean, giving everybody a good run behind them, but these guys are giving plenty of separation between them. You know, they're having fun with each other out there is what they're doing.
Well, those two cars have gotten some separation by a good full straightaway over Lancetown. Now Joe Duvall, who started back in 9th, works his way to the inside of Lancetown, but we go back up front. Jon Sheets to the inside.
And you're watching live, and this stuff here, it can't be you can't stage this stuff.
No,
these guys, I mean, they're driving to the top of their game, and they continue battling side by side. There it goes again.
Look at that run by Darron Fuqua. Sheets had him cleared by a long stretch. Now Fuqua drifts high. He'll lose some ground as Sheets back to the inside, and they're wheel to wheel again.
Great stuff out there here at the Lucas Oil Speedway. Jon Sheets, your race leader. Let's change that. Let's call it Darron Fuqua the leader.
Fuqua out in front, at least for this lap.
I tell you what, I'm telling you, it's like you said, don't go nowhere because this is far from over, though.
4 laps to go to decide this one. Fuqua down low. There is lap traffic up ahead of him, but I'm not sure if they're going to get to him or not. It's a good turn before they will get to the lap traffic, and there's 3 laps remaining as they cross the stripe.
Bruce Cordy up there looking him over. The flagman here at the Lucas Oil Speedway is he's liking what he sees too. Now you see Joe Duvall making his way as he makes another attempt at Lancetown. Town still in 3rd. Duvall runs 4th. Jones 5th. Up in the front, let's see him. We've got 2 laps to go.
And we'll see if Jon Sheets learned anything from last week. He knows, he wrote it down in his diary, how Darron Fuqua ran those last few laps. He knew the line he took, and he knew where he lost the race. Now they do get up to lap traffic, but as they exit turn 4, they'll see the white flag. Fuqua out in front. Sheets in 2nd by a car length. They are up to lap traffic. Fuqua goes high. Down the backstretch they go.
Jon Sheets in 2nd. Can we use Dale Earnhardt's word? Slide job, slide job. Can't do it.
Not today, as Darron Fuqua again will win his 7th feature here at Lucas Oil Speedway.